The Bluetooth Skeleton DJ, an animatronic made by Techie and sold by Lowe's for the upcoming 2025 Halloween season. Surprisingly enough, this prop hasn't officially released online yet. I was able to obtain one at my local store and help score some for a couple of my friends. Being a pretty big Reaper Band fan myself, I was very intrigued by this one, seeing he really didn't fit with the band initially. From him being a DJ to having a bright purple hoodie robe and not even having the iconic "I Love Halloween" parody song that the rest of the members have, it's clear that I was in for something else. I mean, he's not even called a Reaper after all. And let's just say, I definitely have a lot to say about this prop. Although he hasn't officially released yet, if you are interested in seeing what else Lowe's has to offer currently, I highly recommend checking out the storefront down below, where you'll see what Lowe's currently has for sale and in stock right now. There you'll be able to find and purchase any Halloween animatronic, prop, and blow mode right away just in time for the Halloween season. Anyways, let's get into the unboxing of the Bluetooth Skeleton DJ from Lowe's 2025. Alrighty, hello everyone, this is Halloween Haunter here, and welcome back to another Halloween video. In this Halloween video, we have right here is the Lowe's Halloween 2025 Bluetooth Skeleton DJ. Now, this is currently the first unboxing on YouTube. I am also somebody who has the entire Reaper band, so I think it was pretty much a given that at some point I was going to have to get this and see how it is for myself. One interesting thing I do really want to point out, at least from the box itself, is that it does not mention anywhere about being compatible with the other Bluetooth Reaper members, like the other members usually have it, where they'll promote the entire band. This guy does not promote any of the other Reaper band members, so I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be a thing that you can't use with this guy. I'm pretty curious to see about that, or maybe it's just not advertised because, to be honest, he doesn't really need to be with the band. I don't really know, but let's get into the unboxing of him. Let's stop rambling. Let's just open it up. This is a pretty long box. I'm not really a big fan of how tall these Techie boxes at Lowe's have been getting recently, or just in general. I feel like they've been getting really big and a bit hard to store. But anyways, let's just get this opened up. Alrighty, what we first have here is the little display rack for Lowe's, and then we have the actual instructions on the side over here. Oh my goodness, okay. A lot of things just fell out, but it comes with the snap lock release, some batteries if you don't want to use the adapter, and then his instructions right here. I'm gonna spoil it myself and see if he's even compatible. Oh, he still is. He very much still is. I see him here with the keyboard Reaper, so he definitely is still compatible. I'm not really sure why they don't promote him with the other members. I think I have an idea for that, but it's kind of weird it's not on the box or anything. It's quite the awkward position. I'm gonna pull out this piece first. Okay, so we have in here, I forget that Lowe's does this with Techie props. They have like a extra layer of boxes. We have a speaker frame and LEDs, speaker front cover, speaker cover, and turntable. Okay, so yeah, basically all the other accessory parts to him. Okay, so here is his, whoa, okay. This came off. This is some weird frame for him. It looks like some LEDs are in here. Got some big black cloth piece. Keyboard itself, it actually looks pretty cool. Very cartoony, but I do like that quite a bit. The design is pretty nice. And let's see. Just kick that box over. We have the actual DJ skeleton in there. Look at them rocking out. Let's untie him from the back real quickly. Alrighty. Oh, there's another twist tie right here near his hands. That's why I can't even get the body out. But there's the body. Let's see, let's take this off. Here is the control box with the pull and waist, and then also the adapter with the Bluetooth Reaper band connection. Got some strange frame right here. 2 poles, and the base. So that is pretty much all of the parts to the Bluetooth Reaper DJ. Let's go ahead now and begin that setup. So we are now going to begin the setup. We're first going to take the base, of course. You kind of need that obviously. We'll connect the 2 poles next. We'll take the control box with the waist bracket and also connect that now. Now we're gonna take the body of the DJ skeleton and snap lock that on like that. Pull its clothes all the way down. Our very next step will be to connect the whole DJ stand. So we're gonna take this back part with the lights and put it on the base, the back part actually. We'll take the speaker frame cover, and this also has little brackets on it. We're going to connect that next to the front brackets. He's trying to blow away. That's not great. We'll take the top of the frame for the DJ stand and connect that to each side of these pieces. Make sure they align accordingly to the letters. Now we have this big giant black cloth piece. You can notice that in the front it is kind of carved out. There is no side on the front, and that's because it's supposed to go over the whole DJ stand and just go on the Velcro sides of the speakers. So you actually put this over the top of the stand. Make sure the holes align with the top of the slots, and you just kind of push that through. Then you Velcro the very top, and now the sides. It is kind of a tight stretch. There we go. And now finally, we will take the disc board of the DJ station and connect that to the slots on the base. Make sure they align with the holes on this board. Then we'll take the 2 wires from the disc, the one from the base frame, and then 2 from the body, and connect all of the wires together onto the control box. And our final step will be to take the arm of the DJ skeleton. Now it does come with a little string, and essentially the string just goes through the little hole on the board, and then the other side goes onto the other hole, and I'll pull the Velcro strip back over. And with that being said, you're pretty much all done. So now if you wanted to connect the skeleton DJ to the other Bluetooth Reaper members, I'm going to explain that right now, and not necessarily the Bluetooth part just yet. So essentially, if you want your Bluetooth DJ skeleton to be still the main one playing the sound, the one that you can still hear all the sound coming out of, kind of your main one, you're going to have them on the on section still for the demo. However, if you wanted to connect the other members, what you will do is that you'll take the cord that is included with this guy, and he's going to be plugged in as an output. That output cord gets plugged in as an input to your next member. So my next member here is going to be the keyboard Reaper, and he's going to be plugged in as an input. After that, if you want to use another member, let's say the Reaper Singer over here, you'll take the cord that comes with the keyboard Reaper, plug it in as an output cord, and then have that plug in as an input cord to the Reaper Singer. So essentially, if you want to add a new member every time, you're going to take the output cord from that current member and plug it in as an input cord to the following members. Additionally, too, with the switches, since this one is our main one, he's going to be on the on section. However, the rest are going to be switched as followers because they aren't going to be the one playing any sound. So make sure that all the following members that aren't your main members are switched into the follower section. So essentially, your main one's going to play all the sound. He shouldn't have any input cord plugged into him, only an output cord, and he is switched onto the on mode. If you wanted to do the rest of these guys, you have to make sure plug in that one as the output and input to the following member. Kind of just keeps going on, but essentially, he is our main one here. He's going to be playing our sound, so he is our main star here. So now let's roll a demo of the Bluetooth Skeleton DJ with the other Reaper Band members here as well. You saw was the Skeleton DJ in action along with the other Reaper Band members. Now if you wanted to use this guy and the rest on Bluetooth, you're going to do basically the same thing I was showing you guys earlier on having to connect all these together as followers and a leader. However, the only step you're really changing is just one, and that is with your leader. So again, I'm using the DJ skeleton here as our leader. What I'll do with him is I will take the switch on the back and I will switch it onto the Bluetooth leader mode. And what happens next is in your phone, on your settings, in Bluetooth, you'll see that in other devices, it'll show up as the Reaper band. And what you do is you'll click on that. And that way now you've connected your whole entire Reaper band to Bluetooth. So all you have to do now is look up any sound or music you want to play through it, and it will go ahead and play all the members through that. So now let's go ahead and show a demo of the Lowe's Skeleton DJ on Bluetooth with the other Reaper band members. And that there was the Lowe's Halloween 2025 Bluetooth Skeleton DJ in action. And I have a lot to say about this guy because while there's definitely a lot of cool things with him, there is a lot wrong with him. First thing I want to say is just that the demo with the Roblox Tycoon music with the spooky sound effects in the back, that's his actual audio. This guy does not play I Love Halloween like the other Reaper band members, and it makes sense. I mean, he doesn't really have like an actual instrument here that he's playing with. He's just using a DJ turntable, so I get it. However, I thought it was pretty funny. It sounds like a Roblox Tycoon game. It doesn't actually sound like spooky or like dope. It just sounds kind of funny. I thought it was fun to mention that. I honestly think it's more funny than it is like a complaint. It's definitely not great audio, but you're buying this thing for the Bluetooth, not really for its actual audio. So it's not a huge complaint, but I thought it was really funny. This guy has like really random, like royalty-free music over what could have been really nice disco Halloween music. I do love the concept of this character. I think a DJ Reaper was pretty much a given, seeing how popular the band was and how popular the idea of a Bluetooth skeleton was. It was cool that we finally got that here with this guy. Even if it doesn't really fit with the band on its own, it's a really good piece. And a great thing about this thing is if you don't want to buy every single other Reaper band member to have in your collection, whether it be from cost or space, you can get just this guy and he does the job just as solid. My only thing is that what you're getting with the value, I don't really know if it's great. He is the second member of the Reaper band that only has one animation, and that being the head bobbing up and down. The other prop with this animation was the Guitar Reaper over here with the same animation, and he was $230. But this guy is $300, which I don't even see why he's $300. I know we've had some shipping issues this year, but I do not think $300 is at all worth this, considering the fact this guy is tied with the most expensive Reaper band member. I just really don't think that price is great. And another huge complaint is, I would honestly be fine with this price tag, or at least be more comfortable with it. I don't think I'd really be fine with it, but at least more comfortable with it if his actual disc with the hand on it actually moved on the turntable. I have no idea why it doesn't. This animation is not new. We've seen it on tabletop animatronics 10 years ago. And we saw it a few years ago on a Target DJ skeleton that was half-bodied that did the exact same animation with the turntable. I don't get why this guy doesn't have that. It's really weird. It's simple animation. It's nothing crazy. For $300, I would have loved to see that with this guy. So I'm not really sure why Techie can't do that. I don't know if it's like a deliberate choice, but if they're gonna make this guy not have the animation, he should be like $200 at most. Another point I wanna make is that this guy definitely is kind of intended to be on its own as well because of the overall color scheme. The DJ is the only one that doesn't really use anything with black on his suit. The other ones will use black with like either red or black creepy cloth. This guy straight up just uses a purple hoodie robe, which is a cool idea. I think purple works fine with this guy. And I like the idea of like the cloak robe being combined with the hoodie. However, for people like me who have the entire Reaper band, it would have been really nice if this guy was just still had the black robe, but with like purple creepy cloth on it. I think honestly, then that would be a really good solid choice for coloration. It would still be unique, but also fit in well with the band. I just think there was better choices with that. But honestly, the biggest complaint is just that he is $300 and that does not move with the $300. However, I will say I was a lot more critical of this guy until I saw him at night with the disco going on and his lights and his fire and ice light going off and just the overall lighting with this guy. The headphones light up, the board lights up, the speakers light up, his eyes light up. It all looks really good. I'm honestly really happy with how this guy's lighting is. It's really impressive, and honestly, it makes me forgive a lot of those mistakes on this guy just because it is really fun prop. I think on its own, when you don't think about the price tag or the fact that this doesn't move, it's a pretty fine prop, but I do think because of the price tag, he is the weakest Reaper band member. I do think for his price tag, you should go just for the keyboard Reaper over here, who is not perfect by any means, but for the price tag, he's definitely more worth it. Or if you want something that's still good, but for less, just get the Reaper Singer. He is literally like straight on a perfect Reaper band member for less than what he is. However, aside from that, I do think it's a pretty fun prop. If you have the whole band, you definitely will enjoy him, but honestly, he's not required for the band. He's a DJ, he's got a way different color scheme, and I just feel like there's way better options. However, with a coupon or on the after sale, I definitely think he will be worth it then. He's definitely a fun prop, and I do like him overall, even if he isn't the most solid thing. With that being said, that will conclude this video on the Lowe's Halloween 2025 Bluetooth Skeleton DJ. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next Halloween video.